Where's the recording? Here.
Yeah, we're gonna put a picture. That's why everybody has.
Okay.
Maria?
Yep.
So we go to your recording with the iPad, okay? Speak louder.
Okay, so before we start the interview, can you just tell us a bit about yourself first, about you and your child as well?
Okay. My name is Susanna. I'm married with 2 kids. One is 1 year and 10 months, and another one is 3 months old. Been married for almost 3 years now, and I'm happy being a mother. So much to learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a bit about your kids as well?
Okay, Alessia is my firstborn. She's 1 year and 10 months this year. I'm going to 2 years old, and she hasn't speak much, but a few of the words she used is what she's been hearing from us or probably my mates. And she's active, but she doesn't use much tablets or any iPads during the day. So I haven't started since young. So it's just starting when she was 1 year old. It was around 1 year old. I don't know.
And your
The other one is 3 months old, so not much. She's
Okay.
still a baby.
Okay, right. So for now, your first child uses technology
Yes.
way more than
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just recently, starting 1 year old. Before that, I haven't exposed her to any tablets, any televisions, yes, but she doesn't have much interest. Whenever I turn on the TV, if it's a cartoon, she just watch and then like, okay. Some babies might have like, they really want to focus on the cartoon, right? When you open the TV, but my girl, no.
okay.
I'm not sure if she has interest or not, but yeah.
So is the main reason why she hasn't been exposed to technology is because she doesn't have an interest in it?
I'm not too sure. Maybe could be. We expose her to television, sometimes phone, but she has some focus, but not like 100%. She'll give like 50%, and then if she has the toys, then she goes to the toys. She's not the type who just like watch TV and stay there for like 2-3 hours. No.
So what touchscreen devices does your let's say your first child
Yeah.
use?
Right now it's just an iPad. She has her own iPad, and it's just like currently, like I think about a month that we have been exposing her to iPad, just because she wanted to watch like Sesame Street, a few of reality shows, but not always cartoon. And she recently just played games. We've already downloaded games before, but she doesn't like it. So it's just about 2 weeks ago she started like she knows how to touch, like oh now back, home. She wants this game. That's recent, just like 2 weeks ago. So she's not exposed in the early age. You know?
How much time does your children spend using these touchscreen devices on a daily basis?
Daily basis, because I work 9 to 5. So during my working hours, I just expose her to televisions, movies, not cartoon, primarily not cartoon, mixture, cartoons, movies. But once I get back home, she'll play iPad just like maybe an hour. It depends on the show. If she likes Elmo's World, so she'll watch Elmo like probably 4 episodes and that's it. But not until she gets bored or until she's probably an hour in a day. Yeah.
And your second child
No.
does not eat.
He just sleeps.
Okay. So you've mentioned a few purposes
Yeah.
for your child's usage of tablets. And
Okay.
So other than watching TV shows, is there anything else that she does on the tablet? And playing?
She only opens the tablet when I'm at home. Usually I don't allow my maid to open the tablet because I just want her to watch TV. So unless there's no connection or whatever, but usually she doesn't watch the iPad until I get back home. Usually at night because we want to watch TV, so we give her the iPad. You know what I
Sort
mean?
of like stream or something.
So, okay, you watch her iPad, we watch the TV, or else she conquer the television. You know, we don't have time. But that's just not, she doesn't focus much. I'm not sure. My daughter, she doesn't really watch much. She just watch probably 2, 3, and then she's like, she just go away. Right? whenever she wants to movie with Hakim, even so, yes, for a while.
So, does your child only use this device at home, or she takes it outside?
No, just at home.
And is there a reason why?
Just because we want to watch a TV, we let her watch the iPad. That's the only thing. Or because now she knows that she can play games, so now she's happy. She's telling me, I want this game. I want this game. So just like 10 minutes, and then she changes her mind elsewhere.
Do you allow your children to use? Okay, I'm just going to say child because only one child is using
Yes.
it. Do you allow your child to use the tablet unsupervised?
No, I will never. Knowing that there's a lot of negative impact to your child, I will never let my daughter play the tablet unsupervised. For me, at the moment right now, because it's all supervised by me and we have a password for the iPad, so she doesn't know even the password. She doesn't know yet how to what numbers, and she doesn't know. So in the future, I might allow her, but it depends. Because my daughter now doesn't have much interest, so I'm happy with that, with what I have right now. So I might just let her expose to televisions and outdoors, nature, rather than just a tablet. I don't focus much on tablets.
You had mentioned that there are a few negative aspects of using the
Yeah.
tablet. Can you elaborate on what you mean by
okay,
negative?
talking about my daughter, because she's 1 year old, going into 2 years old, she's still small, so she might not misuse the technology given to her. But for me, the negative, my friends, whenever they go out, I'm talking about different spectrum for my friends, right? One of my best friends, her sons focus on TV most of the time. If you change the channel, he'll get mad, And then whenever they go out to eat, go out, whenever in the car, she'll give her a phone. It's always your eyesight might, it's not good. You can make him shut just by giving a phone. So it's good because parents sometimes need space, right, from their children. But for me, no, it's not good. Because my daughter, she always wants attention from me rather than a tablet. So if I give her a tablet, she wouldn't care. She still wants me to play with her rather than me giving a phone. So if my friend, to make her sons be quiet or not, being hyperactive, so she's okay, just watch this, and then just keep quiet, watch. If you change, she'll get mad. So that's the comparison I can make. It depends on parents, because my friends, my best friend, this is my best friend, her children usually focus on TV, iPad, all day long. My children know. She can change her attention to other things if it's more interesting to her. So it's not just a tablet. So I'm very happy about that, because I know there's a lot of other things that might affect the children if you use it on a daily basis, and especially for longer hours, right?
So with regard to what you just said, do you set any limits on your children's usage of these devices, any certain amount of hours per day?
If we're talking about the current situation, I don't have any limit, because she just doesn't have interest in it, right? But in the near future, if she focuses more on tablets, she wants to learn more, she wants to look, maybe focus like a TV for her, right? I might set limits. I will, definitely, I will.
And what is your reason behind setting these limits?
Because I know they can learn from tablets, they can learn from all the shows they see on YouTube or anything. But for me, one of my other best friends, parents is the best way to teach children. I know right now a lot of parents are using tablets because they know that's the best way for their kids to expose, so they learn on their own. But me and my other friend, we have a different thinking that we ourselves as parents have to teach them. So that means we have to communicate more with them rather than letting them learning on their own. It's good. So the best friend that I had that gave her sons the iPad all the time, right? Most of the time, TV and iPad, they learn so quickly. He speaks, my daughter, that she doesn't speak much yet. She has a few languages. I don't know what language she's talking, but she knows a few words. But my best friend, he's like 3 years old now, but he can read very fast. He can remember things. Like even my daughter, when she watches a show a few times, I think more than 10 times, it's the same show. It's basically the same episode like 10 times, but she doesn't pick up anything. She doesn't pick up and she just laughs. So it depends. It depends on the parents. So I would say that I would give her exposure, just letting her know that there are things that she can learn from. At the same time, I would definitely give myself to teach my daughter.
Other than benefiting from educational purposes, are there any other benefits of allowing your child to use devices at an early age, other than educational benefits?
No, because if you think about my years, right, during my like 80s, right, and then when I was like getting into the year 90, we don't have all this exposure. So we can still be ourselves and we can still learn. We go to nurseries, you go play group like with other kids. So I don't think it's important anyways. For me, it's not important. But just because you have all the technologies now, you're exposing your child to all these devices. Or else you wouldn't have any choice, right? So I don't mind. I don't care.
Does your right? So we do you have your own tablet?
No.
Okay.
That's actually my tablet. I gave it to my daughter.
Okay. So do you share with her?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
She just uses it.
No, we share.
How do you determine which touchscreen device your child should use? For example, you said that she has a tablet.
Yep.
What were the factors that you considered before getting her a tablet?
I never thought of anything. I just give what we have.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you already...
Yeah, I already have that. I never thought of buying anything for her unless she gets to a different age range. Then I might consider other things. But right now, she's using ours.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when she gets older, what kind of things would you consider before getting her a device?
What is the importance? Why do you need one?
Yeah.
That's why do you need one? Is it for school? Where do you want to learn it from? Or else I'll just give whatever I have.
Okay.
You always have to have a reason behind something when you buy something, right? Literally, he'll ask why and give a proposal. Which one and why do you need it? Like if you ask my mom, he'll get it. My mom never asks. He just get whatever. But for me, I will ask what's the reason behind you wanting this thing. When she gets it to a different age group, right? Right now, I'll just give whatever I have. But when we play laptop, we have some work to do. She'll get interested to touch, just to type something. But when I stop, she's like, okay, let's go. She's that kind of girl, so she's not like too obsessed with something. So I'm quite grateful that my daughter, is not so obsessed with that.
What are some of the concerns or drawbacks of allowing your child to use this device at an
Early age. Oh, your eyesight, that's important. And then I just don't want them to depend on all these kind of devices, technology they have when they want to learn something. It might be something that you don't want them to see, right? Because you cannot control. If they get to a different age group, they know how to maneuver the tablet. They might there's something that you don't want them to learn, or you don't want them to know, that they might learn on their own. Because one of my dad's friend, his son really loves Family Guy. That's not a good cartoon, right? Yeah, that's like, how can he like Family Guy? And he speaks like what the Family Guy talk. That show, right? So he's been speaking like all the language.
Yeah.
For example, South Park, all this not the good ones. But so that's one of the the cons. The pro is like you have more time to let your child learn on their own if you have supervision. That means, okay, these are the only games you can play. You maybe block all the other sides, but sometimes it's out of control. You don't have you don't have most of the time to monitor your kid. Sometimes I'm so tired, I just let my child watch the iPad. She gets quiet. That's why parents do, because sometimes parents need a break from the child. It's tiring.
Do you think that when children grow older, I'm talking about it like in general, do you think that there's a way to prevent them from being exposed to any of these, let's say, derogatory cartoons without supervision? Or do you think that it's inevitable that
Sometimes we cannot believe all the TV shows. Sometimes you yourself, like, when you speak, like when he speaks to me, he doesn't speak in a good English. My child is just next to me, so she might pick up the words.
Right.
So it's just not like it's not like the media. Sometimes yourself, you have to. He's so bad. So he's such a bad example. Sometimes he's like, whatever. I was like, my child is here. Oh, she doesn't know. She might, she might just wait for the time she can speak. You never know. So it's not like the cartoon you can control, but sometimes your surroundings and your peers, that's the one's the most important thing. Because you are always speaking and you're always with the kid, right? So, listen.
To what extent has this exposure that you've given your child? To what extent has it led to like educational development? How much has she learned from using this device?
No, not much. She just learns like at right now, whenever she watches the show that she likes, she just laughs, and I can see that she remembers the sequence of the show. Like she watched the same show basically. So when, for example, this one Elmo World show, when Elmo opened the door, the ball falls. So she already like get ready to laugh before it even happens. So that's where she just remembers that scene, and then another scene, that's only. But she doesn't speak like what they like 1, 2, 3 no. Like a few shows she just follow, like Chante, she's like that. She knows already. That's the only thing.
Would you expose your child to any educational educational cartoons or anything in the future?
Oh yeah. But right now I'm not sure, because my daughter, whenever I open like the cartoon channel where they sing, she's like, no. She asked me to change. When I put like any movies, for example, I always play like The Parent Trap and a few favorite movies that she likes, The Game Plan. She's like, oh, she's so happy. When I change to the cartoon channel, the singing one, she's like,
Why do you think
I don't know. She just doesn't like colorful things, or I'm not sure. Or she thinks that if it's a drama, like a Malay drama, she'll watch. Can you believe that? And when I put like the cartoon channel, then she doesn't want.
Does a lot of her friends watch cartoons?
She doesn't have friends. She doesn't go to school yet.
Alright.
Her friends, she doesn't even go to nursery. I haven't sent her yet. So she's basically at home with my maid or my mom. So if she's with my mom, she's with Hakim as well. Anyways, but me at night. During night time, it's only me and the kids. So my maid will stay in the room. So right now, it's just my maid and her and the baby.
Okay. Do you guys have any follow-up questions? Hakim?
Jay, do you have some?
So the majority of your child's like playtime, I guess, would she be watching TV, or is she like playing
No.
with toys?
If I watch a TV, she watch. If she doesn't like it, she just plays with on her own. But she doesn't focus on TV like 100%.
Yeah, she's like always everywhere. Right?
She's everywhere. Sometimes okay, bored, and then she goes somewhere, and then she like jump on you. She doesn't have one attention to one thing. She has a few things. Yeah, she's like that. She's like exploring, constantly exploring.
So with all the negative content that's being uploaded on the internet, do you ever get worried that when your child grows up, she will be exposed to this inevitably?
Yeah, I'm scared, but we are exposed to it too, right? So there are reasons if they're exposed to it. So the only thing you can do is to advise them that this is not a good thing. Because you cannot control the exposure that the media is covering right now, right? Because it's too big and it's huge. So they might be exposed. The only thing you as parents can do is just advise them, this is not a good thing. Like Hakim, no smoking, you know what I mean? Or don't go to clubs or whatever. But they have the exposure. But the only way is just the parents. That's why I said the parents is important. If they learn from the media, they might have different perspective or input about it. Like, oh, this is okay, I think. Right? But if you as a parent, no, this is not good thing for you. But if you want to try, fine. But you'll see if you like it or not. Depends.
Do you give your child like cartoons to watch, or does she herself look for them?
She chooses which one she likes. I always expose her to different cartoons, but she says if she doesn't like it, she just say,
And does she find one by herself, or
no.
she
The
depends
one
on
I
you?
showed, sometimes she's like she doesn't like it, and then the only thing I show, if she doesn't say no or whatever, then I make she likes it.
How do you choose a cartoon? Like, how do you?
I know, we
which
just
one?
try. Like Elmo, and then suddenly we try a few from Baby TV. Sometimes the Baby TV is not as good because sometimes they don't talk. So it's just quiet. So it's not good if your children wants to try to learn to communicate. So it depends. So now I don't let her watch the show that doesn't talk.
Okay, so do you find shows on the basis of like accelerating your child's learning or literacy development?
I do, but sometimes she doesn't have interest. So I'll just allow her to watch what she likes. Probably she'll learn from it, and then we gradually change to different shows. If I wanted her to learn through that way, or else no.
Okay, well that is
Is
all
it?
we have.
Oh, that's good.
Are there any questions you would like to ask us? Or
No, actually, when you guys ask me all this one question, this opened up my mind. Like, there's a lot of things I have to consider. Rather than just letting my kid watch the show just because I want her to be quiet, you know? So now it's opening up my mind. There's a lot of, setbacks if I just let her watch the cartoon, or should I spend my time with her? It's good. So now it opened up my eyes rather than just, not thinking about it, yeah. So I'm good.
I do have one more question
Yeah.
though. What are the health issues you associate with exposure to
Eyesight.
just eyesight, or there's more?
At the moment, I don't think much about it because my children are not exposed that much. But that's the number one main thing because sometimes they watch like this, right? And then sometimes in the dark, before we go to sleep, sometimes I let her watch the Elmo show. So because now we have night mode. Some of the old ones doesn't have night mode, right? So that's number one.
So do you prevent her from suffering from eyesight
Yes,
problems
yeah.
by setting limits on the amount of
Yes, definitely. And some, like my daughter, she watch TV. If we see her, she sit with us. Because one of my friends, my best friend, right? Her son sit in front of the TV. Like literally on the TV. So, it depends. Like,
There are many. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, do you read to them?
yeah.
And would you later on as she grows up,
Uh-huh.
would you prefer she reads books more than she
Yes,
non-
yes, I would want that. But right now she just doesn't have interest yet. Even like the ABC song, she's like, okay, she doesn't even follow. Like A, B, C, no. She's just like, yeah, okay, that's it.
There are many negative aspects of content on the internet, right? So, which negative aspect are you most concerned that your child will soon see? Is there like any particular field? It can be like magazines or something which you don't want it to read. Anything in particular?
We cannot control right now, so I can't even like, I don't mind the exposure. So long she had like the roots, knowing that this is not good for you, these are bad things you should not follow. The exposure is okay, but teaching your child not to get or drown into all those negative aspects is important. You cannot control that.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by bad things?
Probably because we're Muslims, right? There might be something that, oh, you can't wear too sexy. Maybe she saw like women wearing bikini when she grows up, right? Mommy, this is fine. No, maybe I have to teach her, one by one, or let her like expose. But then you have to set limits. Yes, advice. I wouldn't like completely shut because she has to learn. This is a learning process. She has to get exposed before she even decide this is good or bad for her, because that's how our parents teach us. Because some parents are very strict. So in my case, my parents are okay. You can be whatever you want up to this stage. Until now, I'm wearing a hijab, right? Before this, I think this whatever my parents allow me like freedom. So, but probably with certain limits, it's fine. I'm that kind of parent.
And when you were growing up, did you have any limits on technology? Okay, so where did you get this idea of setting limits for your child?
Because we don't have limits. Our parents give us freedom, right? Freedom. So when you've gone through a few things in your life, you think that it's not right,
And you don't want your child
yes,
to go through
then you know that you cannot control your child might be in that position one day. But the only thing you can do as a parent, because you already have the experience, is just to advise them. So you teach them which is the right thing, right path. You can never control actually. So you just have to, set from now until they grow.
And do you think the idea of how people have started to communicate more on technology rather than face to face, do you think that that's a good development, or do you?
But sometimes, sometimes when you choose technology, right? Sometimes you don't want to talk to your mom. Mom, can I go out? But you text her, right? You don't see her just because it happens. But right now, that's the only medium of communication that you feel comfortable. So long, for me, it's okay. So long as they tell you where they want to go or what they want to do, that means they still respect you. If they don't seek any advice from you, that means they don't respect you anymore. So it doesn't matter, but it's better off to have a face-to-face. Because me as myself, even me when I want to confront my dad, right? It's better to write, but whenever I wanted to see him, I just want to cry. For no reason. Like when you start talking, it's like you just suddenly want to cry. When you text, you don't feel anything. So probably you can text and then at the same time see, but I like the face-to-face kind of interface, that's better. So you have that bonding, right?
That emotional.
Yeah, emotional. But it's very emotional.
Yeah.
I just want to cry. It happens to me until now. There are a few things, right? You just when you text your dad, I'm sorry, and then when I'm sorry, But yeah, at least whenever you see advice from your parents, that means to respect them. That's what you just have to, you just have to realize that okay, my daughter, my son still appreciate me. Know that I'm their parent, rather than you just do whatever you want. Your parents don't know what's happening, right? That's all. Okay.
All right. No, that is good.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you very much.
No
for your
problem.
time. Thank you.
Thank you for interviewing
No
me.
problem. It was our pleasure.
Okay.
Oh, we have to get a photo.
Yep.
Yes.